John, I know you're very keen on never getting too high, never getting too low, but was there an extra spring in the step of anyone on Monday after that first win of the season?
Obviously, everyone was delighted with the win, but it's the same attitude, the same level of application for everyone. They were hungry to come back in Monday, like they are, win, lose or draw every week. So we've worked really well this week, and I'm really pleased with the boys.
Was there anything in that performance in particular that really stood out for you?
I think the first half we stuck in there. We were very dogged. We weren't as positive as we wanted to be, but we found a way. Second half was a little bit more like ourselves, and I'm delighted with the impacts of the substitutes. It's always about the squad. 46 games, the squad's vital, and everyone's going to be used. And delighted to see Patrick on the pitch, Andy Vyman scoring his first goal for 7 years or whatever it was for Derby. So really pleased for the effort of everyone.
I wanted to ask about Pat actually, because there's a shot from full time where he almost looks like he's a little bit in awe of the celebrations and the reaction from the crowd. How pleased was it to give him his first experience of everything in English football? I
think everyone's really excited just to get him on the bench. Obviously, when he signed, it was 6 weeks ago now, and he's had to have some groin operation to get him fixed and up and running, and he couldn't wait to get going, and just to get him back involved. He's been training nearly 2 weeks now, so he looked really sharp when he came. I was really pleased with him. He's still short of match fitness. I think that was very evident, and he was blowing out of his backside a little bit with 10 minutes to go. But what an impact he had, and he's going to be a fantastic player for us going forward for sure. I think getting used to the Championship for him is key. I don't think he realises the size of the Championship and what it's like week in, week out. It's a relentless league. You're playing at some fantastic stadiums. He's playing for a brilliant football club in Derby County as well. So it's going to be a great experience for him going forward.
I know he's 24, but looking at his sort of developmental path to this point, do you feel that there's actually a lot more untapped potential there with him? I mean, what do you think his ceiling could be?
Yeah, listen, I think he can go right to the top. I think that's why the club have invested the money they have in him. They see him as a real asset for the football club, a player that can do very well for us and help us be successful. But it's really important that when we're signing players and bringing players into the group now, that they see a pathway to move on and be developed as well at the right time. Obviously, we want all the players to stay and be part of a fantastic journey. But if we're developing players on top of that and doing the right things for them, I think that can only be a positive.
How important is Carlton Morris to Patrick's development? Because it strikes me that there's probably not anyone better to learn from than him.
Yeah, not just for Patrick. I think Carlton's experience and his manner, his level of professionalism is second to none. So the whole group are learning from him. He's all the time. He's helping every one of the players in the squad. And for Patrick to come over from the States and be working with somebody of that quality and Championship know-how can only help him. We're very fortunate at Carlton's here.
On to this weekend, Preston visiting Pride Park. What have you made of their start to the season?
Yeah, it's been a good start. They've had some fantastic wins already. They're a very experienced group. They've recruited really well again. They've got a top manager there in Paul. So, it's going to be a really difficult game, but a game we're really looking forward to.
I wouldn't normally ask about opposition players, but I did just want to mention Harrison Armstrong, who joined them at the end of the window. Such a great kid who was so important for this group last season. Nice to see him again.
No, it won't be nice to see him. Not at all. Listen, H was a great player for us last year. We're really pleased with him. The way he developed was sensational, really, for such a young player to take that level of responsibility on his shoulders and help us stay in the league last year was great. We wish him all the best, but not for Saturday.
And on Saturday, you're back at home for the first time in about a month. How pleased will you be to get back to Pride Park?
Yeah, listen, we always love playing in front of the home fans. They've been fantastic since I've joined the club. They're going to be right behind the boys. We've had a couple of difficult home games already, and they've been right behind us. They got us that kind of last-minute equaliser 4 weeks ago against Bristol, and we want to do the fans proud home and away, and we're looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.